Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Emily Carrington, author and illustrator of the graphic novel Our Little Secret. Today I'm going to be showing you some techniques that I use for drawing horses, and I'll be doing a drawing very similar to the one seen in the inside cover of my book here. So there are several pictures of horses throughout this book. I'll just show you a few of them. On the inside cover I have a picture of me sitting on my horse on a hilltop. And then here we have a picture of a workhorse pulling a log out of the woods, pulling it through between all the stumps. And on this page there's a few pictures of horses' heads, there, and there. And then this one of me on the horse, just walking along the side of the road. There's a few of them on this page. Just me walking, hopping on top of the horse, and walking the horse into the back of a box for on the back of a pickup truck. And then over here I'm walking with the horse through, riding the horse through the woods on a trail ride and coming out of the woods and into a field. And here picking an apple off a tree and reaching down and feeding it to the horse. And then this is an imaginary scene. Of course it never happened, but I've drawn a picture of a horse here rearing up, and there's a dragon over on this side and a magician over on this side. And this type of drawing, of course, is a lot harder to draw than the one on the inside cover here. So I think I'll start with that one. This one is a little bit easier to do. I do my initial sketching on ordinary printing paper. It's easy to get, it's really cheap, and it works just fine. And then I transfer it through the light table onto whatever my finished paper is going to be. In this case it's a smooth Bristol. So there's several kinds of smooth Bristol I've used. They all work just fine. I have a slight preference for this one. It's a nice bright white paper. You can see there it's really nice and bright and white. But I like Canson too, smooth Bristol, and I've used Strathmore too. They all work just fine. And I'll be using a regular pencil and a white eraser. And I like this pen here. It's a Tombow hard-tipped brush pen. It's quite a versatile pen, I find, and easy to get. And I use it for a lot of different things. So, and then to transfer it from this paper to this paper, I bought a really inexpensive light table online, and it's been working just fine for me. Okay, so I'll just set this here aside to one side for reference as I draw, and just have the paper out, my pen and pencil. So I always start horses with a couple of circles, one for the shoulder and one for the hip area. So I'll just start with that. So there we've got a circle for the shoulder and the circle for the hip. In the middle there's an oval, and then the neck comes out as a triangle, like that. And the head is roughly this shape. The front legs come down. I usually draw a line like that for the shoulder blade. Then there's another bone that goes this way. Then the first part of the front leg, the knee, the second part of the front leg, the ankle here, and then the hoof. And then this other side, the other leg is slightly further ahead, so I do the same thing. This bone here, the narrower bone going down here, and then the foot. Then I usually put the line of the back, so the shoulders come in a bump, the back curves down a little bit, and then the back end goes like that. So now we've got kind of the line at the back formed. And then the back legs, the leg comes out of the hip right there, comes down to the knee, down to the hock, and then down to the foot. And then it does the same on the other side. So this leg's a little bit further back, so we go like that, that, and that, and it's a little bit further back. So I'll just draw this front leg. So this smooths in like that to the leg. This part's where the knee is, and then you have a muscle group there, the hock there. So there's a circle for the same as these circles here. Circle for the ankle. And then this part comes down in a narrower, there's no muscles on this area, so it just is, it's narrower. And then the front leg, there's some muscles that come down like that. Then the knee, then the narrower part, then the foot. Same on the other side. There's the knee, narrower part, and the foot. And then I usually draw the chest coming in like this, and then it goes back like that. And there's a little skin flap right there where the back leg and the body join together. All right, and then the tail kind of comes out like this. And then we can fix the neck up a little, coming into the chest. Then there's the chest muscles here. And the head is not at a side angle, it's more of a 3/4 angle. So I usually draw the middle line straight down like that, down the middle of the nose, so it would be the equivalent of right down there. And then I put a line across where I want the eyes to be. And then I join it up like this, and then this kind of curved in, it almost looks like a kite. And then the two nostrils, one on either side. This part here is like a semicircle underneath of the jaw. And then this line here. Then there's the mouth, the lower lip, and then you join them together and you put the eye in here, the eye in here. The base of the ears are two little circles, and then the ears come out from there. All right, and then the mane comes down like that. Now to put the rider on top, you have to remember that the horse isn't straight on, it's sideways. So instead of the horse being like this, it's kind of like this. So it would be like the horse is a cylinder, its body, like that. So you're looking at it approximately like this, and then the legs would come out like this. So that means the cinch that holds the saddle on is curved the same way as the body. So I usually put that in next, like that. And then the saddle, depending on what kind of saddle it is, this is a Western saddle, so I'll kind of draw the front of it there with the horn sticking out. And then the back, like that. And then the rest of it kind of looks like this, roughly. And then the rider would have the hips in this area and the body up here. So then the leg comes out of the hips. The cylinder comes down, and a foot. This is all very rough. And then the shoulder comes down, arm, and then the hand is just resting on the front of the saddle. Neck, then the head, and the hand holding onto the reins, which are coming down like this. So there's the rough sketch, very rough. And then what I'll do is I will go and tidy that up a bit with the pen, kind of change the proportion a little bit. It's not quite the way I want it. And then transfer it to the good paper. So the next part is taking our sketch and tracing it through to the good paper. Now, as you'll see, the good paper's quite thick, so when you put it over the picture, you can't actually see the underneath picture at all. But once the light table comes on, then you can see the image well enough to trace it. Okay, so now I have sketched out the drawing in pencil onto my good paper, this smooth Bristol, and I'm ready to draw it over in ink. So I'll just show you the pen I'm using again. It's the Tombow hard-tipped felt brush pen. So I'll just show you, it makes quite a nice variation in lines. You can go from very fine, if you only press lightly, to kind of a medium line, and then if you angle it a bit and you press hard, you can get quite a thick line. So this really makes it nice to draw with, as you can use the one pen and get quite a lot of variation. So I usually start up at the head. If I'm just drawing a horse, I'll start with the horse's head, but since there's a person here, I'll start with the person's head. And just draw the face. It's really hard to add the head after, I find, so I always start with that first. Okay, and just have the hand resting on the front of the saddle here. And this arm over here has just got the reins. So I just carry on like that for the whole rest of the drawing, just going over it. So there are a few tips on drawing horses. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll be posting some videos coming up on book promotion as well as some more videos on drawing.